What up, guys? Your boy Just King ZA. Welcome back to the Just King ZA podcast. And yeah, man, we're back. And yeah, today we're gonna be talking about. I haven't been around, so I'm gonna do my video of Lekau, the owner of Drip Footware. So yeah, man, I didn't cover that story, so I hope it's not too late. But even though, man, I like covering stuff that I feel strongly about, that I love. I'm a fan of Drip. I'm a fan of, that guy is hip hop. And I'm a fan of hip hop. So yeah, let's get straight into it. But before we get straight into it, you know the drill. Subscribe to the channel. Please press subscribe so that we may grow. We need to hit 1K subscribers. It's a must, guys. We can't be just below 1K forever. We need to go to 1K and above, so that we have a base for this channel and we can have interviews and whatever. We can upgrade the content and we can do more stuff, so that the content can have a landing with a community here on this page. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So Lekau Sihowana, I think that's his surname. Forgive me if I got it wrong, but yeah, man, has inspired a lot of us, inspired a lot of people, especially young black South Africans, young black South African males, females, yeah, elders, youngsters. Literally, that man is like a young, I don't know what to call it, man, a young Steve Jobs, a young, owner of Nike and Reebok, whatever. He's the young version of that in South Africa, and someone with a black skin. So that really was an inspiration to us. And even with the way the company started was very inspiring. How the man just used social media, used the factory in China, whatever, designed his own thing, designed his logo on Canva. For you guys who don't know Canva, it's the software, the app on the phone, the free app where you get design templates and you can design your own logo. Sometimes you just take the templates that they have there and then you just make it your own. You know what I'm saying? So very, very easy. You can do a logo in like 2 minutes. 1 minute, you can do a logo. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you can do a logo. The man used that to create a logo, and that was that. That was the logo. You see that Drip logo? It was designed there. The first shoes there, the way it was, it designed it, sent it to China. They manufactured it, and then he created first of all, he did like a prototype. He did like the design first, did maybe one prototype, a couple of prototypes, posted it online, and it trended, trended everywhere, became big. And then from there, people started making orders, and then he had to give people prototypes. He wasn't even done with the sneaker. It was just the prototype version of the sneaker, and people ordered, and he delivered to them. And then from there, the demand went big. Started finishing the product, and then from there, that's how the brand started, and he's been selling ever since. Just imagine, using a phone, literally, and working with a manufacturer, literally from a phone, and just designing from the phone, taking pictures on the phone, trending on Twitter. Shows you the impact of a place like Twitter. Shows that when you trend on Twitter, you are literally trending in the country. You know what I'm saying? So what a beautiful story. We've watched countless interviews of Lekau. He's done an interview with DJ Spoo, He's done an interview with Penwell the Black Pen, DJ Spoo and Penwell the Black Pen at the same time on the virtual Mkuku on the Hustlers Corner page channel by DJ Spoo. Yeah, man, they did that. And Penwell asked some very interesting questions about, he doesn't believe that, he's asking himself, how does Drip make money, enough money to be able to open as many stores as they open? Because Drip at that time opened maybe more than 30 stores countrywide. I might be even undervaluing it or underestimating it. Probably over 100 stores, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of stores, like a lot of stores, were opened by Drip all over the country, you know. So Penwell was like, no, man, doesn't make sense. So you guys are making this money from selling sneakers. He doesn't believe it, you know. And then Lekau had to say that, yeah, I am, and self-funded, whatever. And before you know it, the man had one of the craziest marketing things there at Joburg, you know, where he had a thing, what's it called? Billboards in Senton. William Nicole, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. He had like premium place where I don't know how many people pass there per day, but literally millions of people, hundreds and thousands of people pass there every day, going to work, coming back from work, all the traffic. He put the billboards there, proper billboards, just like literally took over that place, you know. He took over that space. So it started to look very, very funny. And Penwell was literally, we were all seeing those things, you know, asking ourselves how, you know. And Penwell is someone who has had business failure, you know, and he understands how tough small business is and entrepreneurship is. And he understands how some of these things that we see are funded, you know. And was asking himself, isn't this guy funded? He got to be funded. He's got to be funded, you know. And that was that. And the brand lasted after that, continued. And then from there, he went on to make a business deal with Casper Nyovest. They called it the 100,000 rand deal, or was it dollar, or whatever. 100,000, yeah, deal whereby they came together to create a new version of the sneaker, a new sneaker for Casper Nyovest, a Casper Nyovest sneaker with Drip, you know. But people were like, even I was like, nah, man, can't be 100,000 deal, you know. No, not 100,000. I mean, 100 million. You know what I'm saying? 100 million, 100 million deal. Do you know how much that is? People were like, nah, man, you know. And it's proven that no. Then they came and said, no, we're saying that this deal, we're gonna do it until we make 100 million. Our goal is 100 million. But for me, that's when I started to see the cracks. That's when I started to see the cracks there. Because you are lying to the people. You are lying to the people. That's a lie. 100 million, that's a lie. And you know that people are going to have their own ideas. Like, yo, these people have spent 100 million. Casper Nyovest got 100 million from Drip. That's what people are going to believe, you know. And the way they didn't explain it before, people had to come and say, hey, what's happening? Yeah, ask questions. Then they explained. But then when you hear Casper, you know Casper is a marketing guy. And then, you know. But for me, it's a lie, you know. And it makes me wonder how many other things is Casper lying about, you know. You kind of ask yourself, is a guy like Nota really is speaking the truth? Probably speaking the truth, because Nota always says that Casper be lying, you know. Casper be lying. He be getting cars from companies, you know, they are borrowing him cars, and then he's acting like he bought them. You know what I'm saying? People say Nota is hating, but the more you look at it, hey, starts to look like, bro, are you faking it to make it? You know? So, but then you make it look like, you know, it's one thing to do it properly, but then to fake it, to lie and say you are doing this when you are not, when you're actually the means of getting whatever you are getting it in you're not really getting it. You know, you are being sponsored. You know, it makes me remember DJ Spoo when he was driving fancy cars, you know, crazy cars, driving, I'm not sure, McLaren or whatever, I'm not sure, but he was driving real big cars, you know. But now, in this day of his, in this new day, he says that no, People were giving him those cars. The companies themselves were giving him those cars to market those cars. You know what I'm saying? So not everything you see is gold. Not everything that glitters is gold. So collecting all this data, you kind of realize that now, man, somebody lying in some of these lines. I'm tired of fucking listening. Somebody lying in some of these lines. I'm tired of fucking listening. That's Stogie T. Stogie T on the Stogie T album. Dark City, hey, Sub City, hey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So somebody lying in some of these lines. So it's crazy, man, to live a life of lies and all that. So that's the first crack, and then from there, then the wife now came, and she did a very, very heartfelt interview, you know. In that interview, she was talking about how the man has changed, the brood has changed, the brood has become something completely different. The brood does not send money, the brood does not take care of the kid, the brood is now going out there, slaughtering chickens, coming back home and slaughtering chickens and doing rituals, you know, and saying that, hey, you think I just got this success, you know, from just praying, you know. But then when you look at it, when the lady says, she says, they were just going to church, you know. But the thing is, people they hate Christianity, man. They don't want to believe that God can do things. And if you look at it, most of the people that they got their healing and whatever, they forget. I don't understand how they forget. Man, I've seen people literally get delivered, saved by the Lord, when all their other stuff, their fake, going to sangomas and all those things, have failed. And then someone comes and prays for them, and they get delivered. But then you watch the same people go back to sangomas and literally just bypass what God has did for them. Do you understand? And if what the lady's saying is true, which probably is, you know, then that's one of the cases where someone forgets that the Lord is the one that put them there. The mercy and the grace is being done by the Lord. These miraculous things are being done by the Lord. And then they forget, and then they turn on the Lord, and they go back to idols. This is the same problem that the Israelites, you know, when they were freed from Egypt, they were having this problem whereby they saw the wonders of God. They saw God open up the Red Sea for them to walk through. They were literally seeing that water, and there was a road where they can just walk. They saw God's wonders, but they still went back to their false gods. What is this? This is the same type of thing. This is something that's very, very similar. You know what I'm saying? It is the same thing. And God made them walk for 40 years until He saw fit that they are allowed now to. Because the only reason is that believing in false gods when God has showed Himself to you, it's almost like an unbelievable thing. Why would you do that? You know? Why would you do something like that? So that's the lady, that's what she was saying. And now the lady's looking for divorce. The man is just delaying everything. They got kicked out of their house. The man wasn't saying anything. He was just all over partying or doing whatever. He's not, you know what I'm saying? He was just according to that thing. So now the company has been liquidated. So it's going through a process of liquidation. All the stores are being closed down. You know what I'm saying? So unless the stores are being closed down, it's a big problem. You know, it's a crashing of so many dreams. You know, But for me, it is a continuous lesson of what God wants. Thou shalt. Everything is for God's glory. Everything is for God's glory. Once you fail to give God glory, He must take back what He gave. He must. He must, because everything, the Bible, the story, the everything, even our lives are for God's glory. The reason why we are born is for God's glory. Nothing is about us. Nothing is about the stupid little companies we start. Nothing is about your fucking bank account. Nothing is about anything that you think. Everything is about God's glory. Everything must lead to the glory of God. To God be the glory. Remember those old Nigerian movies? They said, to God be the glory. You know what I'm saying? At the end. Because everything is for His glory. You fail to glorify God. You give glory to ancestors and all these monitoring demons. Monitoring demons. That's what ancestors are. I'm telling you today. Ancestors are monitoring spirits. They are demons. High-ranking demons in the dark kingdom. That's not your grandmother. That's not your grandfather. That's not your grand uncle. That's none of you people. Those are monitoring demons. Those are generational watching demons. They watch your generation. They watch your family from generation to generation. Those are demons. I will not even take that back. I'm sorry. I will not, because you guys are busy criticizing Christianity over and over and over, and we're just watching. But today I'm going to tell you, because this thing triggers me when I see someone that God uplifted going back to these demons and worshiping demons, and doing this type of things. And then they crash right in front of our eyes, and it's like the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. You are worshiping, monitoring demons. This type of demons that use cats, they use animals, they use flies, they watch your life. And then they need to make sure that you repeat your father's mistakes, your grandfather's mistakes, the whole generation's mistakes. You must be the latest version of that. You must repeat it. It's a humiliation of your bloodline by those spirits to make sure that you think you are who? You think you are who? They look at your gift, or the gift in your family, and they destroy it each and every generation, and they destroy it the exact same way. Look at your father, look at your grandfather, study their life patterns, see what they did, and see what the after result was. Do you understand? So that is something to really, really consider as we're living as Africans. Africans need to really, really repent. Africans must repent. And when you repent, don't go back. There's only one true God. There's only one true God. One. One true God. No, don't say that this thing is it was brought by whites. Yes, it was brought by whites, but it was God's way to strategically bring Himself back to you. Those stories in the Bible are stories of you. Those are your people with the same black skin. Same as you. Those are your people. The white people, they just took that thing and made it look like it's theirs and whatever. They mixed it up. They did whatever. But God made sure that they bring it back to you. That's what you must understand. It's your story. Those things were happening in Egypt. They were happening in Africa, in Ethiopia. That's where they were happening. Those biblical stories were happening here in the motherland. You never know which way Israel was. Probably here, it was here, probably. Yeah, it was here. Because that Jerusalem that is there now, or the Israel, we don't know if that is the actual one. Maybe it was. We used to cross. Yeah, it was us, probably even there. We were staying all over. So before you judge Christianity, look back on your life and ask yourself, what has Christianity done for you? Because I know a lot of you, Christianity has done. I remember Pastor Bor, he was saying, when I prayed for you, you were crippled. Now you are turning against me. Do you understand? People forget that they were delivered. I can never live like that, bro. I can never forget when God delivered me. I can never look back. I can never change my faith. Because I've seen it. And I know I'm not the only one. I know all of you have seen the mercy. I know all of you have seen the grace somewhere in your life. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, this went spiritual, but it is spiritual. Because that grace of drip, that was godly. And it was for God to show an African child something, that it can be done. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, the prophet failed. The prophet became a false prophet. He lost his way. But who doesn't lose their way? Hope he can find his way back and realize the most important thing. I would love for him to get back with his wife and take care of his family. Otherwise, going back to the shacks, the informal settlement that he comes from. Do you understand? Ivory Park. So, very, very important for us to, as a people, to realize, why do things have to crash? Why do we have to go all the way up and then crash? I can say whatever and say, why did the government not assist him? Why did the big businesses not assist him? But if you're not praising the Lord that brought you there, there's no one who can come for you. That miracle won't happen for you, because I could blame the government. I could say, hey, why didn't the government do this and this for Lekau? Why didn't the government save Lekau's business? Hey, what? How are they going to do it? How's that miracle going to happen? Because it's miraculous. It's grace. How are you going to have mercy and grace when you refuse to have mercy and grace? If you refuse to have mercy and grace on your wife and your child, you refuse to have mercy and grace for the Lord. When you are told about the Lord, you say, hey, you want to slaughter chickens, you want to do this thing. So God sometimes must just take away that blessing, that gift, that grace, because his prophet has become a false prophet. Do you understand? So very, very important for us to really, really think and consider this information, this type of things, because Drip is a very, very beautiful story. But I hate the fact that it ends like this. You know what I'm saying? I want a story that ends well. It's sad that P. Diddy story ends like this. You know what I'm saying? Sad that R. Kelly story ends like this. Where's our people that their story ends heroically? You know what I'm saying? Why doesn't our people story end heroically? Why can't we have, why our people have to become monsters at the end of the day? You know what I'm saying? So, very, very important. Government could have come, but the fall is inevitable. The man is bound to fall if he does not praise the person who gave him the success. If the person praises figures and statues of idols, monitoring demons. I won't even say monitoring spirits, because monitoring spirits is it's a bit soft, spirit. Monitoring demons. Those what are. I'm a monitoring demon. I'm a demon. Demonic force, demon. An evil demon. And for you guys don't know what evil demon is like a fucking creature, a spirit creature that looks for destruction and annihilation of its host. Do you understand? Or use a host to completely annihilate and destroy everything surrounding it. There's nothing good about a demon. And then you go and praise a demon. A demon is so diabolic. It chases after you generation after generation, after 10 generations from now. Your demon will still be trying to destroy your kid who's not born yet. Demons, those demons will attack your kid when he or she is in the womb, and try and kill them in the womb to make sure that your generation does not go. A demon tried to destroy all your generations. All your generations, demons try to do it. So how can you worship things like those when you have a God who has forgiven you? When you have a God that has given his only begotten son for you? Africans, until we change this thing, there's no change. There's no united Africa. Forget it. I don't want to hear no united Africa from you guys. I don't want it. Don't want to hear nothing. If you do not change your ways, if you do not repent, you better repent. You better repent. Otherwise, God is going to bless those who believe in him. You know what I'm saying? And those people might not be the people you like. The people that he blesses might not be the people you like. Might be the whites. You ask yourself maybe why whites they're successful or whatever they are. What if they are the only ones that God sees that, hey, at least this one, even though they are messed up, whatever, but they still keep the faith. Even if they messed up, even if they sin with it, but they never denounce the one living true God. You know? And then when you are a good guy, you're a good person, full of love, full of everything, but you give credit, the glory to demons. Who's God gonna choose there? Gonna choose the whites. We're gonna keep having the same issue of colonization, even if it's not colonization in the way that it was done before, but continuous colonization. You know, us losing, not having blessings, us continuously working for the white man, all these things. Those are the things, because God is giving those people power, or they are able to access some sort of power, because somehow they do not denounce God. They sin, they do a lot of bad things to people, but they don't denounce God. The main thing, we're having one simple problem as black people. We are lovely people, loved by God, but we must never ever, one thing, blaspheme God, and we must never ever give glory that God is giving us to demons and evil spirits. Do you understand? So this became a spiritual sermon. You know, I thought I was going to talk about, the government should have helped Lekau, but now it's hitting me. You can't receive that miracle. That miracle is not possible for you. So sometimes we get shown on a big scale of what God really wants. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, your boy Just King Zeri signing out.